morning, welcome back to the channel. And if you didn't see last week's video, or maybe this is even the first video you've actually seen of mine, please consider subscribing. That would be a great help. But the last video we did the install of the TRD kit, including like the rear diffuser, the side skirts, and the front lip was already on, but it sort of completed the whole like pack thing. But I actually just want to point out one thing from the rear diffuser. When I installed it, the actual side, like the edge parts of the rear was sticking down a bit too low. I actually ended up fixing it correctly and now it looks like it should. So I'll just quickly show that. So as you can see, now it actually lines up properly with that. Before it was sort of sitting more on a like 45-degree angle. Now it sits exactly flat. That's how it should be. All I had to do was just drill out another hole so I could actually like push it in. So yeah, that's the only difference from the lip kit video from last week. So with that said, now let's get on to today's video, and that is to do with ECU tech. Some more awesome ECU tech things. Let's get into it. As you guys would have read by the title, there is a hidden button that becomes accessible when you do tune your car with ECU tech. Obviously we have our 3 maps, so we've got our normal driving modes, which gives us obviously more torque, more power, but we also have 2 other very exciting maps, one more so than the other. One's I think a little bit sketchy, at least for me at the moment. So we have rolling anti-lag, or rolling launch, however you want to call it, and we also have flat foot shifting. At the moment, I'm actually not sure what map flat foot shifting's on, so I don't really want to do that. It doesn't really interest me that much. It's not something I want to do just yet, but there will be a video on it eventually, I'm sure. But rolling anti-lag is the thing that I'm really interested in and definitely want to use. So that is sort of what today is going to be based around. Anyway, so as I said before, there is buttons on this steering wheel that as a GR Yaris owner, especially stock, some of them don't really make sense, and you sort of just think Toyota put them there for tuning companies to use for tuning software. So on the right hand side of the steering wheel, there's a set of buttons including mode, and then obviously you cruise controls on this side. The mode button's a weird one because mode is just used to change between AM and FM and your different media sources. So it seems like sort of a wasted button. I think maybe Toyota were sort of thinking that's what tuning companies could use. Weirdly enough, ECU tech didn't use that. So the cancel button and the cruise control set buttons is what's used by ECU tech to change between the maps. You can see it change on the actual rev meter. So you hold down cancel, the odometer will jump to 1000 RPM. You've got map 1 on 1000 RPM, you've got map 2 on 2000, and map 3 on 3000. So for me, launch control is set to map 1 from stop start. And then on map 2, we have rolling anti-lag, which is obviously set to map 2. And then you'd think that flat foot shifting would be set to map 3 for the moment, but I'm not sure if it is. And I actually need to speak to my tuner about which map it's on before I go ahead and just destroy my gearbox if there isn't an actual ignition cut like there should be when I go to change gear. So for now, we'll just focus on rolling anti-lag. That's all I want to focus on. There's other videos, we'll do that. All right, so if we go ahead and start the car, okay, so we're looking at this side of the steering wheel, and these are the main buttons that we'll be using. So we've got the cancel button and the set button. These are the 2 that we need to use the ECU tech features. And to simply change maps, this is what we need to do. So we go back to the steering wheel, we hold cancel, and by holding cancel, now when we flick this up, you will see that the odometer jumps up between the different maps, simply leaving it on whatever map we want. So in this case, map 2 for rolling anti-lag. We then press cancel and it drops obviously the revs to you know, idling revs. That is how we get into our maps. And that's, yeah, so they are now my secret buttons that I have on the Yaris, and that if you do tune your car with ECU tech, you will also have. With all that done, now we're gonna go drive and let's use rolling anti-lag. I'm very excited. I haven't used this yet. So this was put on the car 2 weeks ago, and I actually wanted to wait to get an actual first impression of this. So this is the first time I've done it as well. So this is just as exciting for you as it is for me. I've never done this before. This could go horribly wrong, or it could go really, really well. That's why I didn't really want to do flat foot shifting today, because if it does go horribly wrong, it's on camera, and it's definitely my fault, and transmission's fucked. So let's not do that. Let's just do the boosty bit. So if you guys haven't seen my other videos yet, or you just don't want to watch them, that's fine. But with ECU Tech installed, this thing makes about 100 Newton meters more torque over stock, and about like 35 horsepower I think we gain at the wheels, so that's important to note as well. That when we're talking numbers in here, we're talking at the wheels, not brake horsepower, not at the crank. So we'll change it to map 2, and that should give us rolling launch. Now, to use rolling launch, all you have to do is hold down the set button, floor it, it'll build the boost, and then release the set button, and that should give you rolling launch. So let's do that right now. No, that didn't work. Let's try it again. Down, maybe? Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, it does work, but you need to hold it down, not up. Okay. Oh, that sounds sick too. Okay, so rolling launch does work. That felt sick. So that was in map 2. Let's yeah, we'll do that again. I want to do that again from second gear and do it properly. That felt sick. So when we want to use rolling anti-lag, what we simply do is hold the set button down like so. Obviously with the foot flat to the floor, it'll build the revs, then we let off and accelerate. With the set button, the instructions say to hold the set button, but it's a button you can't press. You can push it up or down. So pushing it up does nothing. Holding it down actually gets us to building the boost and then giving us rolling launch. So that's how we do that. We're gonna do it from probably second gear because that'll build the most boost. Okay, let's do this. So holding set down, floor it, let up. Here we go. That's sick. We'll be in second and we'll give it one more because it's very fun and it just also sounds fucking cool. Or will I will. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, no more. That was good. Okay, so I think we will leave it there. Rolling launch control, rolling anti-lag works. It's good. For now, I will not. I do have the ability to use flat foot shifting, but I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember exactly what map it's on. And I don't really have a way to check unless I talk to my tuner. So before I know how to do that and that works, I'm not going to do that because I just don't want to fuck my transmission. Not yet, at least. So anyway, yeah, I will leave it there for you guys and I will see you in the next video.